Yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. Pain for their disease. Breathe just like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. Flip cards in the weekend, harmless.
Welcome to Primetime. We are almost at turmoil, but we have 6 delicious bouts here tonight to get us a feeling for that big live event. We've also got a championship main event, the Prospects Championship, on the line. That's going to be a big one. But before we get to that, we've got plenty of action. So let's head to the first bout now. Miami, Florida, you are being taken over.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring, representing American made from Knoxville, Tennessee, Ivy Nile.
As it's time for a bit of American-made action here on Primetime. We're opening the night with the former IPW Underground Champion. Solid with submission offense. Nile stepping up to the occasion. And an occasion it is, as we're about to begin the carnage of La Primera.
And her opponent from San Fernando, Chile, Stephanie Bakir.
New night, new chances. Bakir joins this Primetime roster stacked to the brim now with potential main event women's talent. Bakir brings power and honestly high innovative style. She struggled to find her toes on breakdown, and now the opportunity possesses itself here on Primetime as Bakir looks to take on Ivy Nile. We're underway, and Nile misses the opening charge. We lock things up to start the show off, and realistically, when we look at how the women's division is shaping up, Nile, I'd say, perfectly would fit into that Prospects Championship division, looking to forge a path on the main roster. Whereas Bakir is in a similar sort of pathway of trying to forge a path up in this women's division. Now, obviously, there's a big sentiment that obviously Nile is a former champion here in IPW, but that obviously is a part of the underground where bouts are a little bit more controlled in terms of the style of battles. now known for that submission-based offense. So, typically competed in submission matches down in the underground, utilizing that Dragon Sleeper to great success to earn herself a massive record that extended up to a very, very beautiful 6-2. Meanwhile, Vakir. Honestly, I'm struggling to think of the last time she won a match in IPW. Going back, looking, she was featured in that. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention, but she was featured in the Uprising tournament, losing round 1 to Dakota Kai, and then she did manage to beat Lola Vice, but that was her last big win in IPW. Even then, Vice obviously not considered the strongest of stars here. She's not really got championship accolades to her name, but Nile is a big scalp for Vakir to realistically earn a W over. However, in its current state of play, Nile is in control. Ivy issuing Vakir to her feet. Vakir able to escape the grasp, though, of Nile. American-made star really looking to garner some success here. There's Vakir. Springboards in and barely connects, but it's enough damage to knock Nile down to the mat. STFU locked in for Vakir. Typically, you don't expect it to be Stephanie going for the submission-based offense, but he does manage to do so. But there's a rolling thunder. The big scorpion kick to the top of the head connects for Nile. That momentum's stagnated. Vakir bridges into the cover, catching Nile off guard, but Nile able to escape the danger. Gets Vakir hooked up. Fall away slam. This point in the match, the back and forth action really sets up for potentially anything at this moment. Vakir missing the Meteora in the corner, giving Nile the chance to strike. Scoops up Vakir, takes her up, massive stalling vertical suplex. Nile trying to seize that control, but that momentum may have just shifted in favor of Vakir. Heads up top, drops the leg. An execution-based offense from Stephanie. Looks, I thought for a second, was looking to fly. Not the case. Instead, out to ringside. Dragon screw leg whip. Down goes Nile. Nice combo of shots coming through from Nile. Following it up with some kicks to the body and the legs. Just all around, targeting every possible limb of Stephanie Vakir. Vakir's boot caught there, and Nile could be seizing an opportunity. A flurry of punches connects, followed up with a stomp, and I've got a feeling that we're going to be returning to the ring soon to break that 10 count that's coming out from Big Man Gregory. Up to 7, and Vakir return to the ring. Nile gonna follow suit. Maybe not. Double buys on the apron. Now she gets in. Little bit cheeky there was Nile. Could have been costly to do that, but no, misses the gut kick. Instead, Vakir grabs a hold of her. Eat defeat from Stephanie. Now, Niall in trouble. It's not going to be the SVB, I fear. A scoop slam. And into the drop zone goes Ivy. Busted open, battered and bruised, and Fakir's coming crashing onto you with a spiral tap. 1, 2, 3. Easy peasy for La Primiera in her primetime debut. Realistically, Niall had early assertions into this matchup. Massive maneuvers, this stalling vertical suplex. Big, heavy impact. But once the action spilt to ringside, that's when I feel the action shifted. Niall got cocky. Fell prey to an eat defeat and then the spiral tap. And 1, 2, 3. It's good night, Niall.
Here is your winner, Stephanie Baker.
Well, Stephanie conquers the longest river in Egypt tonight. Further challenges will be posed in front of her. Can she build off of this W? We will have to see. Well, we shift from the women's side to the men, as it's time to go down. As A-Town's Austin Theory is in action.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, representing the Vision from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 220 pounds, Austin Theory!
Unsuccessful on Sunday in that Underground Championship bout, tapping to Kurt Angle's ankle lock, but tonight he's looking for redemption here on Primetime. Whether or not you like to win it, although he lost, still holds a impressive record down in the Underground. He's looking to transition that success here to Primetime, bringing it down. Can he find it here tonight against a difficult foe? Mr. Iguana assaulted from behind. That's Bron Breakker, the badass dog. The hounds are certainly barking here as he's ruthlessly assaulting Mr. Iguana. Referee Big Man Gregory trying to pry him apart. Security also having to get involved, forcing Breakker away. Mr. Iguana's down cold. Referee returns to the ring. Theory watching on. Mr. Iguana slowly getting to his feet. No. It looks to be he's continuing this. Springboards in, a Hurricane Runner starts this battle off. I don't think this is the wisest of choices from Mr. Iguana. Assaulted already and eating a super kick before the bell even began. Obviously, Mr. Iguana last week won the #1 contendership television championship bout against none other than Goldberg. Tonight he's got clearly, well, he thought it would be an easy breezy night up against Austin Theory, but A-Town is certainly stepping up thanks to some help from his Vision partner, Bron Breakker. Mr. Iguana into that leaping headbutt has somehow seized control. And really that early advantage that Theory possessed slipping out of his grasp. That being said, he could have re-garnered it here. Just going to choke Mr. Iguana across that top rope. Gregathy, you need to get in there. That's illegal, my man. Not going to be the case. Instead, Theory changing the avenue of attack. Irish whip. A drop down. Oh, and the kitchen sink comes colliding into the sternum of Mr. Iguana. AAA superstar feeling himself up and around the world. Crucifix bomb connects. Pinfall here onto Theory. 1. And a big kick out from the Atlanta native. Mr. Iguana sentons in. Starting to fly. Starting to realistically squash Theory's opportunity. Another Hurricane Rana. Able to connect onto Austin. Charges in, the spear connects. I thought for a moment he was going flying, and not the case. Instead, a hidden blade from Theory collides into the skull of Mr. Iguana. Back and forth now. This is the middle of the match. The avenues of attack are changing in the favor of the Vision's Austin Theory. Nice big shots connecting. Backbreaker to follow him up. You've got to feel certain statements being made here to start the night off. Bron Breakker, that attack onto Mr. Iguana. Creating a statement maybe that his opponent doesn't deserve the title shot, and I've got a feeling he's going to be counted out, and the Vision earned the W here. Like it or not, while the match started off thick and fast with Mr. Iguana flying through the skies, once it spilt to the outside, the story changed, and Austin Theory took control, earning a count-out dub.
Here is your winner, Austin Theory!
A huge victory here for Austin Theory. Rewriting the score from losing that championship bout on Sunday. Now finds himself in winning ways against a #1 contender. What does this mean for Mr. Iguana after that ruthless assault from Bron Breakker? A lot left to unfold before we get to Turmoil. Well, we're stepping up here tonight. The action explosive as Saya Kitawami makes a primetime debut.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Kamakura, Kanagawa, Japan, Sarah Carey Tammy.
The Japanese sensation, former red belt holder in Stardom, or Goddess of Stardom champion I should say, looking to find her success here in IPW. We've seen quite a lot of her friends as of late, forging new paths forward. And tonight, the opportunity to make some magic happen as it's time to eradicate all competition. This women's division picked up some talent during draft week, and this is one of the big names returning home.
And from Adelaide, South Australia, Rhea Ripley.
Working together now with Saya Kamitani. The Eradicator gets an opportunity to show her skills here tonight. And this is an interesting lineup. Rio working together with the Wub Wubs beginning.
Making her way to the ring from Tokyo, Japan, Io Sky.
Teaming up with a name from her past. We have to go back several years to Stardom, where Io Sky formed Queen's Quest. That faction led for many years in that Stardom women's division, and once Io left, different names filled the void. Momo Wanatabe, Utami Hayashishita, who's finding form on Breakdown, and then Saya Katawami filling out the leadership for Queen's Quest. So having to go to a name from the past to make this lineup work.
And the team of Jasmine Nix, Fallon Henley, and JC Jane.
Fatal Influence taking to competition here tonight. And it took me a minute to understand that this is Jasmine Nix's theme, not Fatal Influences, but it looks to me like Jasmine's leading this lineup here for the battle. The tag champs and the undisputed women's world television champion set to compete in trios action. And it's a difficult matchup as both teams really possessing skills. I no clue why this came up. Anyway, I'm hitting that button. Let's get going. It's a triple threat tornado tag match. Rhea Bloody Ripley's delivering power bombs out the get-go onto Fallon Henley. It's the championship lineup of Fatal Influence up against some potential dangerous threats. And finally, Io's going to be able to get her hands onto the champion Fallon Henley. Fallon obviously backing out of that previous bout, where instead it was Kiana James, who filled in for that battle. And Kiana obviously winning there. Back on this side of things, so this tornado tag match certainly filled with carnage as camera focusing on that Fallon versus Rhea battle. Top side of your screen, it's Jasmine Nix and Io Sky going to work. JC and Saya battling. JC getting some time to taunt as Rhea's decimating the champion. Springboard maneuver missing there for Saya. As instead, she's going to be able to go Fisherman's. No. Roll-up attempt. JC catches her. A lot of offense going awry, but currently it's the tag champion standing tall. Big kick there from JC. Now dealing with Rhea as the first weapon brought into play. A sledgehammer and a kendo stick. One in which is in the hands of the Rockstar. Well, she drops it quite quickly. Instead, it's Rhea dealing some brutal damage. Springboard maneuver missing for Nix. Off the top goes Saya. Kamitani connecting with the dropkick. Now looking for the dub. Cover here. Jane not going to be able to break it up, but would have certainly done so. Outside the ring, it's Io and Fallon brawling. Igniting their rivalry. Igniting that feud that was brewing from the showdown. Rhea caught by Nix. Nix catching Io. Swinging neck breaker. Sayed scooping up and slamming JC. This could be an interesting turn of events if this forged lineup of Saya, Kamitani and Rhea Ripley and Io Sky could beat this championship, this star-studded lineup in IPW. And realistically, this women's team is pure talent. We've seen so many successful defenses by all three ladies. I know I'm hyping them up and bigging them up, but realistically, no one has been on their level. No one has really come close. Nice dragon suplex from Saya. Almost pinning the champion, but a quick kick out by Fallon. Survives that onslaught. JC now, the only target really for Rhea to go for. Gonna face buster her down into the mat as Io calling for some offense. Lining up a shot as Saya unloads a super kick. Rhea's boot caught. Could have been dangerous there for Fatal Influence, who are now getting back into things. Standing STO from Nix. Fallon waiting, biding her time to protect JC. Grabs a hold of her. Scoops up Io. Gun stuns her. Finally, it feels like ages since Fallon's been able to get any offense going in this battle, but now able to do so up and over, slingshot in the head of Io into the mat. Caught though, roll up. Io trying to get the W early. Big kick out by Fallon. Io catching the champion. Shote combination. Roll up here from Nix. Could be costly. Rhea, I'm going to allow that to earn the W, but a boot to the face is certainly going to earn Rhea a bloody ending to this matchup. Busted open after that. Nix possessing dangerous offense. Dangerous kicks, and Io caught. Crash landing from Fallon. Cover here. Backstabber from Nix. 1, 2. Carnage starting to take over, and could you imagine Fallon Henley in this mess, pinning Io Sky. Oh! Friendly fire from JC. The Rockstar taking no prisoners, even from her own team. That kendo stick damaging nightmares as a rolling encore could land the Rockstar a W. Friendly fire from Io. She lands the big shot onto Rhea, but a hold down from Fallon. That's the kill shot. Nyx needed to stop Rhea from breaking that pin up, but not the case. In fact, it's going to be Rhea putting Nyx in a predicament. Riptide connects. Rolling neck breaker from JC. The pin broken up for Rhea. She's not getting the W just yet. Instead, Razor's Edge. Last ride, whatever you want to call it. JC giving a crash landing. And now, an even bigger ending. Riptide. Rhea connecting a welcoming to Primetime. A massive one at that, but she's caught. Fallon. Pump handle. Sends Rhea flying. A big knee from JC connects. She's going for the cover here. Rhea not going to be able to break the pin up. And a kick out needed by Saya. Eyes onto Sky, who evades that rolling encore with a drop kick. Irish whip from Io. Caught though. Famouser from Fallon. The numbers game prevailing for Fatal Influence. Oh, but it's not enough. Someone's just been busted open. I believe it was Jasmine Nyx. JC into the cover. She's just hit something big, I believe, onto Rhea. A rolling encore potentially. Not enough to get the W just yet. Asaya Kamitani's chasing down JC Jane, but not going to be able to connect. Instead, it's Jane caught by Rhea. Actually escapes the grasp. And now, could have been a 2-on-1 inside the ring, but Rhea does not need Saya's backup just yet. Instead, caught. JC takes the back. Now she could unload. Slams Rhea's head into the top turnbuckle. The champ charges in. Lands the splash in the corner. Follow it up. Trying to go maybe for that cannonball. But Rhea expected it. And instead unloads a massive clothesline. Now the weapons can come into play. The champions are down, potentially out, and Fallon stuck with the brutalizer, the eradicator. Waist control seized as Io and Saya isolating members of Fatal Influence. But the champion, she caught Rhea and now has caught Io. Kicks down low, DDT onto that kendo. And that kendo's a beautiful weapon for the champion. Not going to be able to swing it to effect though. As Fatal Influence seizing opportunity and Rhea avoids a dangerous predicament. Almost eating a bit of wood across the chest. But inside the ring, Io's caught the champ. Koji clutch applied. And Fallon's are forced to escape the danger. Quickly out of it as well. Io, though, caught inside the ring. Rolling encore. Oh, but Fallon stops the shot. JC needs to change the avenue of attack. Needs to get something going. I think she may have connected with Fallon with that rolling encore. Not where you want to be inside the ring, though. Rolling encore this time connects for the champions. As JC Jane lands. Nyx needs to stop Rhea. He's going to grab a hold of her. But Rhea, a knee to the body. 1, 2, 3. Not going to break it up. And Fatal Influence earned the dub.
Here are your winners, the team of JCJ, Jasmine, Nyx, and Fallon Henley.
A big W for the champs. maintaining momentum against their potential challengers. Who's going to step up and humble them? We'll find out soon enough, but for now, a big-time dub for Fatal Influence.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Boston, Massachusetts, weighing in at 210 pounds, Carmelo Hayes!
The glasses come off because he is him. Carmelo looking to earn a W here tonight. We are seeing a lot more opportunities being thrown out here on Primetime. Eve Torres in this new era, bringing the best out of her new talent, it seems. Mello, don't miss, and that is something he is looking to do tonight, is not miss. He needs to hit the big time, because his opponent, there's a lot of curiosity about him. As the pennies will drop, the Rainmaker looks to dominate. The money flies in the favor of Okada.
And his opponent from Japan, weighing in at 236 pounds.
As I believe Okada has been Death Rebelled here on Primetime. But the star has realistically been a thorn in most people's sides in IPW. Primetime still staying his home after draft weekend. Realistically, when you look at Okada, the Rainmaker has possessed some of the greatest skills in IPW ever. One of those guys that I feel has been on the verge of the main event for a long time, but never given his shot. Tonight, these two go toe to toe. Will it be the... Okay, out of character now. I have to select before going into a match if I want to play it or not. I have not selected. I selected prior to this match. I don't want to play. Anyway, we kick it off. The Rainmaker charges into a dropkick from Mello. It's Carmelo taking early advantage. The referee in charge of this matchup, big man Leonard. Watching on as Mello drops the elbow early into this affair. He's realistically looking to hit that nothing but net, but Okada's going to make it hard for that to come through. Maybe goading in Mello early by absorbing a high risk maneuver, but oh, a big stiff forearm. That was clean from the Rainmaker. Okada, we know, will be looking for that ripcord lariat, the Rainmaker, onto Mello from any moment in this matchup as the action now spills to ringside. Mello caught. Okada caught. Mello caught. I'm sensing a trend here as Okada misses. Mello around the world slams Okada into the floor. The first one to land a big shot on the outside as Lennon's counting up past the halfway point now as Okada beat Hayes into the ring and then lands that kind of bouncing lariat. Good for 2. Carmelo's fired up now. Shooting some big shots, takes the back, trying to go German. But nice takedown from Okada and the big knee to stop the offensive. Again, the Rainmaker, shots to the body. Now the combo comes through. Belly to belly from Kazuchika Okada. But he's caught around the world, slammed head first into the mat. Hayes seizing an opportunity. Irish whip puts Okada in a bad predicament. Scooped up, slammed down. I've got a feeling, no. There's all but net. Hayes sent crashing to the mat. Springboard from Okada. Tries to go moonsault, but Hayes evades. He rolls out the way. This time it's Hayes' time to fly. Connects with a lariat of his own. Okada fires up, but straight into the grasp of Carmelo. A drop down. Drop kick evaded. That's Okada's maneuver. And the Rainmaker not going to be able to punish with a DDT. Hayes caught. Atomic drop. Discus slap. Rainmaker. Okada connects. 1, 2. And a big kick out from Carmelo. Springboard from the Rainmaker. Cross body. Awkward landing. But still able to connect. But both men are down. And Okada's feeling the pain from that landing. Not clean. But certainly effective. Oh, big time German into the bridge. It catches Carmelo. Good for 2. The issue is now, if you're Carmelo Hayes, you need to get through. A in-flow Rainmaker. A task not easy for really anyone. Even on your best day, Okada is a formidable foe. Hayes avoids the grapple. Eats the slap. There's the drop kick from Okada. Follows it up. Oh, big knee caught. Hayes sends Okada flying down. A count of 7 from the referee, and Okada's up. Count of 8 returns to the ring. Hayes avoids the grasp of Okada the first time, but the second time eats the combo to the face. Slap from Hayes misses. Slap again. Oh, bitch slap misses for Okada. Eats the takedown from Hayes though. Mello with a chop. Okada takes the back for the Rainmaker. Lands it flush. 1, 2, 3. And that's the end of the ball game.
Here is your winner.
Okada lands the big shot. Drops Hayes. Well, he lands the clean 3 points. Big dub for the Rainmaker here tonight. With this now in the books, it's time to head to our co-main event. I'm not falling for this bait. We all know it's our truth. No one else uses this theme. Wait. Oh, it's time to yeet in the Primetime arena, it seems. No longer neat, because the main event is here.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, representing the Usos. From San Francisco, California, weighing in at 242 pounds. Main event, Jey Uso.
Oh, I'm limbered up now. Let's go. It's yeet time. Yeet, 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 yeet. Oh. I'm fired up to bring you this co-main event. The hands are going here inside the Primetime arena in Miami, Florida. Can we get the dirty run back? That's the real question, though. We've been debated over recent weeks by R-Truth. But tonight, it's the real dealio. And he's not got an easy opponent. A man who's made Primetime his home.
From Columbia, South Carolina, weighing in at 250 pounds, Trick Williams.
My name's not Booker T, but it's time to whoop that Trick. As reignited Trick Williams, I should say, looks to earn himself a W here. Realistically, the last big W would have been when he won Tag Team Gold with Javon Evans. That Trick bounce lineup. But after failing to beat his opponent here tonight, that lineup split. Now, Jey and Trick, two different beings to those of last year. Now it's a party time. The crowd yeeting to start this off. But are they about to start whooping that Trick? We leap into the action. Williams seizing early control here. Jey not gonna let this turn into an avalanche. Fires back with his own kick to the gut and uppercut style attack as we trade pins to start the action off. Trade of ones for both men, and well, this is a good sign that these two are gonna give it their all. Both rocking the gold, black, and white gear. Really a testament to the lack of style, but a big super kick certainly is a stylish way to put a dent on the matchup as these two tie up in the center of the ring. It's Jey who gains the advantage, forcing Williams into the rope. Cheap shot from Jey. As the main event scene, a perfect place for him to be, but caught roll up again. Williams is utilizing that roll up to force Jey into an awkward predicament where Williams can seize control. Big shots landing there for Trick. As again we tie up for the second time. And again, it is Jay overpowering Williams. This time into the corner. However, the result of that pushing is no different from the first. A cheap shot out of the predicament. It's a no clean break. Missing with that spinning heel kick was Williams. Almost a black mess. However, what doesn't miss is taking Jay outside the ring and the spinneroonie to finish it off. Oh, big super kick from Jay. Realistically, the biggest weapon in any Uso arsenal is the super kick. You have to probably take a shot every time you hear or see a super kick from Jey Uso. Let's be honest. When we look at the WrestleMania matchup between both Uso brothers, it was just a super kick clash. I started to wonder who throws more super kicks, the Young Bucks or the Usos. Regardless of that, the action here for this battle, your co-main event, returned to the ring. Here is Jay sends Trick to the corner. Lands the big shot. Limbers up to deliver the second. Alley-oop. Trick lands in a drop zone, but not going to be landed on. Instead, I got a feeling a spear's incoming as Jay connects. And now he ascends to the mountain. Uso splash connects into the cover. 1, 2, 3. Quick and easy for the main eventer. If we take a look at what happened, awkward kick to the gut there from Jay, but does kind of stagger Trick. Then the alley-oop. Then it's spear time. And we know how it ends. Jay flying from the top. We get a flying Uso. And we get a pinfall, ending Trick's night.
Here is your winner, main event, Jey Uso.
It's time to yeet again. I did say I wanted the quick rewind, but the rewinds come exceptionally quick into this matchup. Regardless of that, let's move on to our main event. Can I just point out how that text overlaps? A little annoying.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Heritage Championship.
Well, we can't enter Turmoil without a championship opportunity. The Prospects Championship will be defended as the challenger not technically earning the shot. It is what we like to call here in IPW a freebie, a gimme. As Maxine Dupuy is set to compete here against the champion as a warm-up for what's to come at Turmoil. Now, obviously, while the Prospects Championship probably won't be on the line during the card, I have to feel that Roxanne may look to enter the Turmoil battle as maybe a pathway to the main event. We've seen what the Turmoil match can do to stars like Samoa Joe, but will it do the same for Roxanne? It's a potential option for the Prospects champion. As the Prodigy in charge of all prospects. The future is bright for one Roxanne Perez. And that is a beautiful thing for her. The issue is, it certainly creates carnage and very much heated rivalries with whomever steps in the ring with her. Maxine tonight has a difficult challenge to overcome in the champion. Your main event, it's a championship doozy, as the Prospects Championship is on the line. And we've got Alicia Taylor with official championship introductions.
Introducing the challenger from Phoenix, Arizona, Maxine Dupree. And her opponent from Laredo, Texas, the Heritage Champion, Roxanne Perez.
Well, like Mike Rome, Alicia Taylor does not give us the Dupuy for Maxine. But Maxine, running fresh off of a win on Sunday against a former television champion, a woman that was also competing in the Prospects Championship tournament in Chelsea Green. Tonight, she gets to go against the real dealio, Roxanne Perez, to get underway here. Roxy firing up as they charge and meet in the center. It is Dupree who connects first. The champion caught, stomped to the mat. Spinning heel kick evaded. There by Roxanne. She goes around the world. Brings Dupree to the mat and now looks to slam her a little bit more. Champion holds championship advantage. Means that the belt will not shift hands on a DQ or a count out. The only ways for the belt to leave Roxanne and head to Dupree is via pinfall or submission. Perez unloading some stiff shots. Something that we saw on Sunday from Dupree was heavy utilization of the ankle lock. Great finding the leg and really not allowing Green a stable base to really go for any of her offensive maneuvers. Perez, we know, likes to fly, nimble, quick. And if you're Dupree, neutralizing the speed of Roxanne is probably one of your greatest weapons. Force it into a slugfest would probably also be a better style for Dupree to battle, but that's a story to really look at down the line in this matchup. Roundhouse missing, with Roxanne evading, throwing her own big thrust kick. This, however, Dupree seizing an opportunity to get Roxanne in the corner, lands the splash. Well, the challenger has control. Fisherman's no. Roll up. Roxanne has the pin locked in. But it's reversed. And again. And again. And again. And again. And that time, it's enough. Only for one. But both ladies quick to their feet. And Dupree gets to, well, eat some shots here. Maxine takes the back, sweeps out the leg. Tries to go for that spinning heel kick, but the champion, wise to it, fires back with a DDT, putting her challenger down. Roxanne, since winning the belt, put on a stunner of a performance against Tatum Paxley to start off her run as champion in the new era. So coming into this matchup with a bit of form, that was a non-title affair for the champion. This her first defense here in the main event of Primetime. Nice German suplex with the bridge. Perez looking to get it. The kick out in the nick of time for Dupree. An a count of 2. Maxine whips Roxanne in. Lands the splash once more, this time in the top corner. Able to follow it up. Fisherman suplex. No pin. Could have been so. However, Roxanne back on the offensive. Leapfrogs up. Arm drag takedown. Springboards up over moonsault. Connecting. The champion lying in wait. Ready to pounce. Kick to the gut. And Dupree's eating some pop rocks. Cover for Roxanne. Looking to retain. But it's a kick out in time. Here by Maxine. Dupree, though, still in trouble. Avoids Roxanne's follow-up. Picks the ankle. And the ankle lock put in tight. There's the grapevine. Locking it up. Trapping Perez. But Roxanne utilizing her legs to kick back and break the hold. It's still, however, a dangerous predicament for the champion. She was slightly hobbling after receiving that ankle lock, but still looks to be able to fly quite nicely. Dupree down. There's a champion stalking her prey. Big boot to the chest again is now calling, beckoning Dupree to her feet. Scoops her up. Nice shoulder breaker. Dupree really now needs to find some form of offense. Needs to stagnate the champion's flow. This could do so. Snap vertical. Cover here for Dupree. Good for only a 1 though. Champion. Resilient. Here in her first defense. Dupree. Firing up. Charges in. The boots come up from Perez. Catching Dupree off guard. But Maxine catches the ankle. Roxanne just needs to reach out. Close to the ropes, but Dupree falls backwards. Perez in trouble. Will she be forced to tap? The answer's no. In second time, she escapes that ankle lock. And we look at Sunday. It took 4 of those to put away Chelsea Green. Dupree needs a little more if she is to earn the W here tonight. As now, I think she might have just woken up the animal, the angry beast, looking to strike as the prodigy. That's Dupree where she wants her. The boot comes up from Maxine. Escaping danger, but out the back door is Perez. Roxanne has the potential to fly. Beckons her opponent to her feet. And connects with the crossbody. The champion going for broke. 1, 2, 3. Roxanne successful in her first defense. As we take a look at these beautiful maneuvers, that nice bridging German almost garnered an early W for the champion. But Roxanne did face some struggles. A couple of ankle locks almost cost her. But when you land a pop rocks, you almost certainly have control. As we see that final pin once again. Easy breezy for the champion.
Here is your winner, and still the Heritage Champion, Roxanne Perez.
And still Prospects champion. Perez earns the W and moves forward with her first defense. Thanks for joining me here tonight. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Primetime. I'll see you Thursday night for Breakdown. It's set to be epic as we close in on Turmoil.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking